What up there, Mikey's crew? It's your good friend Michael here, and we're here for another race today. This is the final race of the Kalamazoo River Runners Series for the 2017 season. This is the Run KDC event, which stands for the Kalamazoo Deacons Conference. It's a good run for a good cause. Kalamazoo Deacons Conference helps out many families in need in Kalamazoo with a lot of different things like clothes and things like that, helping out a lot of people in need, which is good to see that there's a organization out there helping out everybody. So this is my number for today's race, number 372. Nice blue bib, and here's the shirt for today's race as well. It's a purple shirt, if you can't tell by the color.
Oh, we can tell a little bit.
With the sponsors on the back side. So this race used to be called Run for the Sun. That's what it was called last year, and it used to be held over at Verslew and Dickinson Park on the north side of Kalamazoo. That's where we started the past few years. We've now changed locations. We are now located out here at Mayor's Riverfront Park in Kalamazoo on Mill Street. We're just across from Red Arrow Golf Course. We're right next to
the Growlers.
Right next to where the Growlers play.
Yeah.
Looks like we've got a good turnout. People are filing in, getting their numbers for today's race. It's definitely a crisp and cool morning for the final day of September.
It is.
Temperatures are going to be in the 40s for today's race, and it's going to be sunny. It's going to be like very little wind as well, so that'll be good.
I got my parker on.
Also, and you'll see probably some dogs in the race too. It's a pet-friendly race also. The course, by the way, we start, if we can flip the camera around, I don't know if you can see the start from here, but if you see that, like right here, this tree in front of us, if you look kind of down below it, you might be able to see some cones way off in the distance, and a Brooks trailer, or at least a trailer over there.
I think you can see a little bit of it.
So that is where the starting area is, and then we head, from what I've seen on the map, it looks like we head out, we come down the parking lot, we head out, and then I think we do a little loop going, and then make a turn back, run along the side before we cut in on the trail that's actually behind the pavilion over there. We go down to about the 1.5 mile mark, and we just turn around and come back, and then we finish, or then we come back. We mostly do the same thing, but then I think instead of doing a little loop again, we just come back into the parking lot area and then head back right to where we started from for the finish of today's race. Like I said, last race of the Kalamazoo River Runners season. I'm first right now in my age group in the standings. That's not going to change or anything. I'm so far ahead points-wise. This isn't the final race to me for the year. Unfortunately, there isn't a lot of fall races this year for me to do. A lot of them, they decided that they're not doing them this year.
Like the
Campus Classic. There was the Trick or Treat jack-o'-lantern, the jack-o'-lantern run. That's run near Halloween. That's not being done either. I don't think the Impact Trail Run, from what I've heard, is being done. So there's 3 races right there that I usually do.
Wow. That
won't be happening. So the only race in October will be the Portage Invitational 5K. Which is, you have the open run and then you have all the high schoolers compete. So that's a fun event to do. I'm glad they always, allow that, allow people to come back and, remember the glory days, because that's what they call it, the glory days 5K. They let people come back and, run that course again. And then the Western Turkey Trot, that'll be the other race. I'm not doing the Turkey Trot on Thanksgiving because we won't be here on Thanksgiving. That's the only reason why I won't be doing that one. And there's a couple of fun runs I'll be doing. They're not races, so I won't be running hard or anything. The 8 and Eat Pancake Run, and the final one of the year, which would be just on a Thursday night, the Run Through the Lights in Kalamazoo. That'll be the kind of wrapping up the season with an exhibition type run before we kick off the season again a month later, 2018, with another exhibition run with the 1-1 run. So we're going to get ready now for the Run KDC 5K event. I'm going to do some stretches and warm up a little bit. So we'll see you at the start. All right, a couple things I actually forgot to mention before we get to the start of the race here. We actually ran the Coleman Run down here 2 years ago, and that didn't go very well because the guy who is the biker pacing us on the course turned around way too early, and we only ended up running a little bit over like a mile during that for that race. So hopefully it's not the same guy biking us today. If there is a biker out leading us, which I would think there should be.
There should be.
So we know where we're going on the course. But it's like, come on, you got to study the course. Simple as that. Another thing I forgot to mention is that every runner gets a little coupon. I don't have it in my hand with me. I left it in the car for a free pint of beer at Arcadia Ales. So that's pretty cool that you get that. And after the race, that's actually where the post-race celebration will be, where all the awards are given out, is over at Arcadia Brewery. So we will be there after the race for the celebration. So that'll be awesome. Now let's get ready to run.
Run, Michael!
Let's go, Paul.
Michael! Kick it, baby! Kick it! Nice job!
Gonna do the recap from the car, just because, I guess. So, race today didn't exactly go according to plan. I didn't hit my pace. I hit it basically for the first mile, but last 2 miles were a little bit slower than what I want, which was really weird because I felt like I had picked it up and sped up in the second mile, because right in the beginning of it, there was a guy that was right near me, a couple of runners right near me, and I passed both of them, and I felt like I was speeding up. But then, of course, about not halfway through the race, because when I looked at my watch, I think we were a little over halfway past the first mile. Like, we had to turn around on the course. So it was an out and back course. It wasn't just, looping course. So I don't know, maybe that slowed my time down a little bit. And then I tried to pick it up in the third mile, and I ended up slowing down again. Not a lot, though. I mean, we're not talking like races earlier this year where I'd run like a 6:20, 6:30 first mile, and then I'm like 20, 30 seconds slower in the second mile. We're talking like 6 seconds and then another 6 seconds slower in the last 2 miles combined. So the route was not exactly what I told you. So we came out of the parking lot, like I said, but then we turned right, headed down Mill Street, and then we made a loop, turning down another little side street and coming back then down Mill Street before we would hit the trail, which was really nice to run on the trail. It's just a beautiful trail, the Kalamazoo River Valley Trail was. So we went on the trail, and then we headed left across a bridge, which was really cool to run across this bridge. Always cool to really run on bridges, just because you can like look out to the river on the left or the right side of you. We headed down there. It was nice and sunny out in the trail. Overall very beautiful. Got down to the turnaround mark, came back same way down the trail, got off of it, and then turned left on Mill Street, came back into the parking lot and finished. And I didn't there was no runners that passed me in the last mile, which I was satisfied about. The pace was consistent. It wasn't like it was terrible. I had 6:37, 6:43, and 6:49 splits. And like I said, I was trying to look for something around 6:35 for each of them. Winners came in around about 16:30, so that was pretty fast. There was 2 guys that ran that, and the rest of us really ran in the faster runners were in the 19s. And I was, I think I was one of the first ones actually in the 20s. And like I said, my time was 20:42. So, I mean, that was, it's a good time. It's around the other times I've had this year. I'm looking, basically, it's like, can I get faster than this? Like 20:42. It almost reminds me of when I was trying to break my 2030 time that I had as my best time a few years ago. That was my time in high school, and I was trying to, you know, break it a couple years after that, and it was like I was just really struggling to try to get past that. And then as soon as I broke that 2030 mark, it was like it seemed to be I would get faster times and faster times. And now it's like I'm struggling to just get the, you know, under 2040 again. Which, I mean, today it is cooler, and, you know, we have been running in pretty hot weather, so, I mean, it does take a little bit of time for your body to adjust to, you know, that, you know, not, you know, that my body can't adjust to it fast. It's more like my lungs, I feel like, take a little bit of time breathing in that more cooler air instead of that really warm air. I'm not trying to use that as an excuse or anything, but, you know, once we get running in the cooler air, I think I'll notice that my times might drop. So we've got one race basically left. Like I said, the Portage Invite. I know we got the WMU Turkey Trot, but that's a long time after that. And we'll see how we do. I mean, that's a really hilly course. So I don't think I'm probably going to be able to get a time in the 20s. 21s would be fine with me for that day. But the Invite, and it does have some hills on it, but with it being a cross-country course, I'm going to wear spikes. I know I can run in the 20s there. I'm going to try again to at least try to meet the goal of running a 6:35 pace and, you know, pick it up where I can. Basically, as my cousin Kevin was telling me, you know, when you get to the end of the first mile, you know, because of the fact you already are slowing down, you know, pick your pace back up. You know, even if you slow down again later on, you know, you at least you picked it up there a little bit that you can keep yourself going, and that's what I was doing at the second and third miles. And like I said, I've noticed I've, you know, sped up in the second mile before. So if I could do that, and then, you know, if, you know, I slow back down rates of my pace in the third mile, at least then I know I can beat that pace and move on to the next one. So I am going to get an award. I was second in my age group, and now we're going to get ready to go down to the Arcadia area for the Arcadia Brewery for the awards and the after party for this race. So I guess we'll see down there. I may sound like I'm disappointed about the run. I'm not disappointed. I'm not frustrated. You know, it's still a good time. I'm just a little, just like, I just want to break that time. Yeah. Just wanting to, you know, get past the 2040 range again. So, oh, and Kathleen's coming, so I don't know if she's wondering where I am, if we're leaving. So, we'll meet you down there, okay? Nothing like a beer right after the race. Ha ha!
Ow, dude.
This is the after party. That's why you saw the beer. Listen to Duke and the Loose Cannon this morning. We're over at Arcadia Brewery, and we've got some runners already out here.
Male, 20 to 29. The silver goes to Michael Loudon. And the gold to Julian Borch.
Perfect timing, right? That was a perfect time for a train to come through.
20 to 29.
That'll do it for the 2017 Run KDC and the 2017 Kalamazoo Runners season. It is concluded. Thanks, Chance. See you later, man. And so next year we'll be back for another Kalamazoo Runners season in 2018. Of course, don't forget, still a couple of races left that you'll be able to see. One in October and then one in November as well. And then we'll wrap it up at the, what was that, the Run Through the Lights. Not going to do any taping, I think, for the 8 and Eat. You just see me eating pancakes. How fun would that be? You guys would be jealous. So I want to thank you for watching and thank you for subscribing. You haven't subscribed, subscribe for more content. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Links are in the description below. You follow, I don't know what I'm saying right now. So next time, it's Michael out and over and out. Mikey, screw you guys are the best. Take care. Yeah, I think the beer got to me. I forgot to thank my wife Kathleen for coming and cheering me on and filming again. Say bye.